and Glaive just like takes it off of him. I think it was towards the end of Lucky, and he just takes it off of him and starts running it in gun rounds. So yeah, you know, I get it. Glaive perfectly good with a gun, but yeah, let's find out if Astralis have the faith, have the ability today to take down Imperial as they should. It's a fast wrap towards Hell. First pick Farley out of the sky, and Farley's dead again. Fur kills him twice over.
Farley, he's doubled himself, maybe this way. Actually,
0-2.
We've got 2 Operas now for Astralis, and there's one of them's not Glaive. Zipnik's coming through, ripping apart Fallen, so a double Farley death and 1 for Fallen. Blame F now in the vent. Imperial starting to adjust to the possible slip through the defense down towards the B site. Back up towards A, and here comes Glaive.
Running them down to the back of the site. Bolts is picked by Zip, and now the bomb plant in. Imperial have the kit. Astralis, they didn't need config in this round to find those openers. A 3-on-5 that they flipped on its head up through the vent. Comes Fur, Blame picks Vinny out of the sky, and great shooting for the P250. Getting loud in the pistol round as Astralis steal it away.
Still got the W Farley though. Means dangerous, I've been told time and time again. In fact, one of them has a capital F and the other one doesn't. So
who's who?
Who is the real Farley at this point? Who are we missing?
I mean,
we're missing a bit of config, obviously.
I mean, his name is capitalized, so I guess the top one's fake. But unless config's trolling us, maybe he's changed his name for the meme.
Maybe he has.
Maybe we'll never know.
I think that's more likely. Well, Imperial have decided to force buy back into this one. It's going to be falling out with the Scout and the MP9s alongside the 5.7 around it. So we'll see if Imperial can bite back here. His heavy rifle presence for Astralis. 3 picked up, 2 AKs. Blameath getting chunked down to half HP already. A good start for Imperial. Ba-bang. I almost felt bad for Vinny when he first joined this team.
Yeah, he definitely had some rough performances. He
but I also just felt like this could just be a death move, but it actually worked out to be the competitive roster he hoped it would be.
Yeah, that was something that you know they even talked about differently. I feel like when this roster was formed, players like Fallen were saying, "Yeah, it's it's not a content team, but you know that's the term being used, but maybe that's not the term he used. You know, he accepted it for what it was. We're not going to win championships." And Vinny immediately was like, "No, we're going to be competitive. We're going to try and win. We're going to be the best." And I like the fighting talk. And Imperial, they put their money where their mouth was at the Major Dinko. They showed up in a big way, even eliminating Cloud9.
Didn't put their money where their mouth was at Dallas, though. Did not go well for them over
there.
there.
No, what was that? 0-2?
Yeah,
lost
0-2 last in the competition. So they lost to Furia in the opening 16-9, and then they went on to lose to Team Liquid in the follow-up. But that was really a very quick turnaround for these guys. And I mean, they're not the young spring chickens they used to be, and they're not so used to the intense tournament schedule. That's a lot of damage for FNX. Couldn't slip away. Blame's just walking.
He's moonwalking into that kill.
Using his back, you know, huge
just trying
back.
To shove him out the way.
Soaking up all the bullets.
Yeah, well, okay, going back to those Dallas results, I guess losing to Furia, I'd say Imperial are the second best Brazilian team. Better than MIBR.
Come to Brazil, Hugo.
Come to Brazil. I would love to, actually.
Let's do it.
Let's go, right now.
That should be the name of the tourism board. I keep saying it, you know. Come to Brazil.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You won't. Oh, quick. Farley or Config, I couldn't tell you who. He's fast.
Very fast. No, maybe look at Config's inventory right now on Steam and figure out which gloves he has.
That might do it.
We might be able to tell.
I'm just guessing that the first... Can we spec one? Or does it let us? Or is it... Yeah, there's Config. You got the photo, see?
Yeah. So, it must be trolling us here.
I don't know.
Blameath is 23 HP. He's already softened up, but Astralis looking to keep it clean. Re-smoking main. Keeping themselves locked in, no problem on the site. Imperial really shouldn't be getting anything out of this. Kind of want to make that MAC-10 and MP9 get some cash here. Build it up for Astralis early on. And they're sending the MAC-10 on through. Holding it down, Fallen and FNX actually getting a lot of damage here. It is just the SMGs left. If they can grab a couple of these rifles, that'll be massive for Imperial. They're running after them. Bomb is blowing them in all different directions, but an 8K just about stolen into the next round for Vinny.
That's a very successful round, right? Win the follow-up here. If Imperial get their first buy round done, Astralis are in a bit of a predicament on some of these players when it comes to money. Farley is deciding whether he wants that orb in the first full buy. If he wants to risk the entire economy, might be worth it. He's going to go right for it. Up against Fallen, who's got his as well, and Vinny with the AK. FNX on ramp. Faller's got that quick hut peep, but Astralis aren't rushing the A site. They're lining up late smokes outside. No Molotovs here to disrupt them, as Imperial have already used a lot of utility out of fear of a rush.
I've been loving the production here at this competition. I just love how we have everything so smooth. We got the Pinnacle in the game. We got custom skins. There's another level being brought to it all.
Yeah, it's been very clean.
It's been very clean. Not clean for Astralis in that last round, though. So opportunities here for Imperial. Try and bring them down early, put them down on some weaker buys going into the next. Slow for Astralis towards outside. Here come the smokes.
Good drop for Fur.
Oh, a little bit of a gap to play with for Fallen. Oh, so quick. That's definitely falling.
Yeah.
Lovely pick onto Fallen. Advantage now siding with Astralis. Glaive is getting so much control as he begins his wrap around Heaven.
Yeah, you've got lower, you've got Heaven. They could, again, take this B control, force rotates, and come back up the vent, see what Glaive gets in this position. They're trying to fight both sites at the same time. Fur's been here since before the smokes, though. They've just got to walk past him. Honestly, they could get into the vent and come up easily. They're going to double back through main, take the safe route rather than walking to the danger zone, but there's danger around every corner. Vinny with 2 off the AK. Glaive will trade out of Heaven, but it's too little, too late. Bolt to the back of the site. He's going to get overwhelmed as well. Just enough time to plant, you'd think, unless FNX can stop them from Heaven. They might just win the kills instead. Does he stick or does he fake?
He has to plant.
He fakes, and that's not going to be enough for config. FNX does not bite, and Imperial picked their first up.
Fantastic from Imperial to find that. Astralis now into a position where you're looking at 3K average, some on less. At this point, you can half invest, but you're not going to be looking down a pretty buy at all. And that means Imperial will be able to get into the CT half pretty early on. It's always a ballsy decision to fake plant at 4 seconds.
Yeah, you've just seen so many players fly your way, right? Like one come up the vents, one peek from Heaven. You just think you're going to get run down. Config wants to try and win it on merit alone.
Oh, leg shot. Short, second peek. All right, Fallen.
Balls.
And because of that, he delays them. He splits them up, but FNX is able to come down on the rotation from Hell, able to double up and puts it down to Blame F and Glaive. Forces push to the lobby. He's found the bomb. Now loose Blame F, the last remaining player. Got the Galil looking to rattle away. Does take Fortz's life, but it's chunked down to half HP in doing so, and Vinny just pushes through the squeaky door, wraps it up. 2 in a row now for Imperial.
Yeah, not playing with much respect. I like it. A lot of early aggression in the lobby. Fallen trying to win rounds off of his spawn. Took the hut peek last round, then goes to ramp, make the right read this time. It's Astralis on eco. Config at least has a little more to play with, but by and large, just Glocks here.
Ah, yes.
For Techie, they're just trying to figure out how to change their Steam name now.
Yep, that's probably it. You know, players and technology doesn't really go well all the time, Hugo.
Yeah,
for people that sit on computers all day, basically, technology does elude them.
That's why we have our admins right behind them to fix all problems, to get ahead of the curve, to, I don't know, unplug, plug. I don't know my tech, and I sit in front of a computer all day.
Turn it on and off again.
Exactly. That's all you need.
Well, I don't know if Blame F is just massive or his mouse mat is slightly smaller than usual.
Both.
All right, that's the answer.
I like the little pink mouse as well.
I was looking for, yeah. It is pretty cool.
Cute.
A lot of people rocking the pink mice these days.
Are you a wireless mouse gamer?
Absolutely.
Yeah. If
you don't use wireless these days, I'm going to go wireless keyboard eventually. Apparently the technology's getting there. A couple of pro players had it at the last event.
Yeah, I don't think it's not at the point where it doesn't hold you back. I remember when they used to hold you back. Like, why would you game with a wireless X or Y? But they don't hold you back by any means.
Interesting talking point for both of these teams. Both of them now have their coaches back with them.
Yes.
So we had Astralis at the last event. Trace had a visit to Iran 10 years ago for some sort of promotional thing and got banned from entering the US. So not banned, but he just had to go through a different visa process. It would take too long. But he's now back. And for the other side of things, Peacemaker was banned from everything. So he's back and ready to play. He got cleared on everything over there. So back ready to play for, or coach rather, for Imperial.
Let's sub him in. Put him in the server. Full bit mode.
Peacemaker's been around more than me, though.
He has, yeah. He's Mr. Worldwide, coach-wise.
Yeah.
Went to China, yeah. Went to Heroic. He's been all over.
Mad Lions.
Yep.
What were they called him? Were they Imperial before Mad Lions? Is this the second time he's been under Imperial?
Yeah, was that was that the same Imperial? I don't think it was.
No, I don't think it was the same organization, but it was called Imperial.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
Imperialists everywhere, man.
Got to watch out around every corner.
Did you play Skyrim?
No, I
Damn.
play Counter-Strike.
I was going to ask if you were an Imperial or Stormcloak, but
Neither.
we don't have that cultural link.
No, I do play Pokemon though.
Now you're just lying.
A little bit.
Ooh, Vert. Oh, big, massive kill with that.
Huge kill, Dinko.
Unbelievable, really.
Oh, Glaive stalling it.
Bolts.
Accept your death.
Bolts. No, Bolts is. It's cool to see Bolts back.
Yeah, he's been solid.
And he's so good. And it's, at the major, you know, you've seen him at the major. He's so emotional, actually. You can see how much it kind of meant to him to be back at the major. And it's great to see the hunger still. That about 3-3, all tied up. And here comes the buyout for Astralis. Utility being picked up as well. No AWP for the rail Firelink. I love how that's still just Firelink ×2.
Yeah. I saw them refresh the HUD earlier. Didn't fix it.
I think because it's a capital F on the real Firelink and lowercase, surely it's config just trolling at this point.
I couldn't tell you.
Or maybe it's just had a rebrand.
Have to get the admins on side.
Deep smoke outside event. Pretty much every team rocking that now, but look at this. FNX, you wild man. He's going to go right into Zipex. No, he's ready for it. Big brain now on Zipex, ready for the play.
Ratting it. Bolt is even, again, in the hut with an MP9. This is perfect. He can find a gap. He can find a timing. And it's there right now. If he goes, he's got options on his plate. Smoke's coming down on the fly outside. Bolt's looking for Zip. But he's going back to check the corner. Bolt's close, but not quite. The molly is going to displace Fallen. He's got to go back or forward. And, oh dear, he's going in past it. Just lives in the cubby of the hut. 2 players left for Imperial. Fur will put up something, but Astralis have already owned that B-bomb site. And they're still lurking for exits. Farley's finding one, and Fallen looking to save his orb in the 1v4.
This is a weird round, right? It was just straight up 1v1s all across the map. Yeah, pushed in lobby initially for Imperial via the ramp, then the hut. None of those fights go their way, and it puts Astralis into an incredibly easy position. Just went in with the rifles, Fallen forced into the save call, and Astralis will take the lead.
Easy does it. They'd love to hunt the orb, but at the same time, don't really have the money for it. And Fallen, he hasn't lost his charm, even in Liquid. One thing we were so impressed about on his brief tenure there was his rifling, and that's not really what you associate with Fallen. You know, legendary in-game leader, great personality, incredibly fast AWP player. Mate, he was winning so many 1v2s by just one-tapping his opponents. That just sounds like I'm exaggerating. I'm not. His rifling in Liquid was really, really good. Luckily, it doesn't need to be here. He's got plenty of star players on his side to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, also yesterday, I think he dropped 29 kills in their game on Dust 2 versus Finest, so he was carrying big time.
We like that.
So that was good to see from Fallen. Got the MVP yesterday too.
You know, the one thing that's been underwhelming for me, surprisingly, in Imperial, has been Vinny. And this is someone who was a powerhouse back on Furia. Definitely, you know, somewhat the roles, somewhat the spots, but at the same time, he has looked like the weaker link in this Imperial team, which is not what I'd expect to say, given the form he had coming into it.
He gets the double up setup on this team as well, which is... I thought it would be Vinny, given the fact that I wouldn't really give it to anybody else on the team. And Vinny obviously played in Furia, picked it up when they had a triple op setup sometimes.
3rd or 4th.
Yeah, you know, he was down the list a little bit, but, you know, we did see it come through. So, yeah, he gets a couple of roles where you would expect him to frag, and sometimes he does have good performances. But, yeah, I would agree. You want to see a bit more out of him time and time again. Be quick pop out here for Astralis, right in towards Vinny. And Bolts will get the molly kill on Glaive, burying him away, giving a 2 advantage to Imperial right off the gate. And Zipex spots the gap on the cross back into the site. That was the kill Astralis needed to find.
Yeah, smoke criminal right now is Zip, just hiding out in these little holes, looking for picks. And
All the holes.
All the holes, Dinko. They need them. They need the gap. Zip's going to be left lurking lobby. The others going outside. Imperial don't have eyes.
If you happen to be watching this in southern Sweden, or Copenhagen, or Denmark, or whatever, or you want to just make a trip out here to Lund, you can do so at the weekend. Get your tickets here for the Pinnacle Finals, because stage setup is looking sick, so you can come on by.
Yeah, tomorrow, in fact, and the day after.
Yeah, just come see us. We'll be there if you want to see that. If not,
Probably coming for the teams.
We'll be shielded away in a window somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe see.
Oh, wait.
Ooh,
3 on 5?
kills back. All right, 2 picked up. Sipix and Fartley coming through. But again, Bolts is just an incredible anchor player. You can rely upon him time and time again to get the multi-kills in difficult positions. And distraction set up by Heaven Sound, and that allows FNX to slip behind.
Smoke on the molly is perfect for Fallen. Keeps that last player's eyes on Heaven just to allow the backstab. And these are really fast rotations for Imperial. When they know what's going on, they are just throwing everybody at the problem. We saw that in that 1v1 where Config faked the bomb with 4 seconds. And Astralis have tried to pull some trickery, man. You know, they're doing a lot of secret takes back up to A. They've done that twice now. And even that round, like, no eyes outside for Imperial. They get caught a little bit off guard with 2 players looking away, and Astralis break their way into A, but it's for nothing. No bomb plant, only just able to buy up here. Fallen Zorb still reigns out in garage, and the rest of Astralis go full lobby after throwing smokes. There's no idea for Imperial whether there are players behind this, but they're not panicked yet. No rotations down lower. Hanging out on the top site. Astralis set up lobby for another A hit. It's going to be lobbing in stuff from the roof. And here we go.
Flashes come through. Vinny played close position. McGlaive overruns him with an AT-10 and puts pressure on Bolts from the CT vent. You're not really long for the world once you kind of start to fluff a few bullets there. And you got to rely upon Imperial's rotation back through. Astralis still maintain the advantage. Oh, Glaive had an opportunity, but a tight angle to try and fight. Luckily, his teammates are going to get the kills within the site, and Fur has to do it all. Bomb isn't down here for Astralis, and that's the pick back from Fur. And again, Glaive's on 1 HP. Fur has a real shot at this, but Zipex held angle, and the kill is there. No problem. Astralis should have lost a few more members there.
Yeah, but the difference is the realization, right? They go, okay, we are being hunted. We are being hounded. Every time we take the A site, players are throwing themselves at us. So instead of planting and getting caught with a player with a gun down and trying to set up post plants, they take the site, they get the entry, and then they just stand still. 3 guys on default waiting for that swing. Fallen gets flashed through Heaven. Imperial fly in. It's exactly what Astralis were ready for. They didn't want to plant. They just wanted the gunfights, and they get them all. They even break the money now of Imperial, putting them on eco. Fallen will be able to AWP in the next gun round, but this is a freebie for Astralis. This is how their T-site can really build.
Good start for Blame F yet again. No issues really coming through for in this round, as you would expect.
You know, right now we're already having shuffles in the Brazilian scene, Dinko. You know, obviously we've seen Malbs get benched by 00 Nation. The rumors that they want to buy out the Godsent core and put them together with Cold Zero, I think.
Godsent were meant to be here, and then they and then they got
what happened?
Or was it Rubet? Well, another tournament coming up a little bit later on in the month, maybe something like that. But yeah, one of the competitions they got pulled out of. So I think there's maybe legs to that, Hugo.
I'm shocked by the Malbs bench, personally.
He's an incredible player.
That guy is sick. That guy is so good.
Maybe they just want Brazilians, though.
Yeah, maybe he's getting bought out. I don't know. They could want Brazilians, but at the same time, he speaks Portuguese, so don't really.
Malbs is good.
Malbs is good. That much is a fact. Even if 00 Nation buy out the Godsend core, I'm sure Malbs will find a home. Even if it is back with Team 1, he'll be okay.
Yeah, he'll have a team. He'll play Counter-Strike,
that's a guy that should move to Europe. You know, obviously a very big move, not easy, but he's already moved to North America when he was in Team 1 for so long.
Yeah, but maybe the likes of a
Liquid
complexity vibe going on, maybe something there.
I think he can do better.
Wow.
I think he can do better, to be honest. It doesn't seem like Cole... I think he can do better. I think Cole have other problems.
Better.
I think Cole have other problems.
Certain young...
Malbs isn't an AWPer, I'll say that.
Wow. All right.
Bold. Yeah.
You really made that subtle.
Thank you. I mean, you're looking at me like I have to spill the beans. I mean, luckily I know nothing, but. No, that would be a really cool change. Put Malbs in Europe. He speaks fluent English. He speaks fluent Portuguese. He speaks Spanish. Like, options are there.
And he's got a mullet, so
yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool.
I'm down.
FNX. Oh, collateral damage.
Nice kill by FNX. Big distraction outplay.
Yeah, he mind gamed Glaive to kill his own teammate, and now we're bound to the 4v4 rotation down in the lower side. Has been had already for Imperial. They're going to put Fur up towards control room window, and Vinny to hold off the ramp. But Astralis realized with those initial kills, there's probably an adjustment in the defense to put a couple of players down lower, and so now they can go back to lobby and think about the last minute hit in towards this A site.
Yeah, only 2 players. Astralis have walked into heavier stacks on top and still come out on top, so this should be there, as you'd like to think. Just this one guy on Rafters. It's a good position for Bolts. Can Fallen get in position in time? Bolts with one. Oh, no one's looking. Glaive checking close. They come up the vent again, and the suppression continues for Imperial, but a 1v4 for Config. Not Farley. Don't get confused. Imperial certainly might be. Shots give it away, and Config gets to double back to A.
Fantastic stuff from Bolts. Lightning Bolts, always most potent. He's at the highest of points, and Farley tries to climb.
No.
And Fallen denies.
Config.
No, it's Farley. That's
Okay.
what the screen says.
Yeah, true. Computer says no. And yeah, okay, Imperial. They continue that. I mean, this is a strange game. We're having a lot of top hits, and we're having no consistency. Astralis, they come up with a solution. Imperial present more problems, and we just run around in circles.
Hasn't been the cleanest game from either team, has it really?
No.
It's been fun to watch in terms of how scrappy it's been, but yeah, Astralis not looking that clean right now. A couple of Astralis players' birthdays coming up. We just had
really?
Glaive yesterday, I believe, was his
Who's
birthday,
next?
and Blame F is, I think it's on Sunday.
Oh.
So something on that.
What are you getting
along
him?
those lines. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, wow. He can earn his present.
Yeah, he can win the competition.
Exactly.
There you go. That'd be a nice present indeed.
That'd be reassuring, right? Because especially with Heroic here, who we know, have had trouble winning tournaments, at least on LAN, and Astralis having that experience, and disappointed at their major performance. Would I predict Astralis to win this whole event? Probably not, but do I think that there's a very good chance? Maybe they could even be in the argument for top 2 at this event. Yeah, sure. If
I think my dark horse is big.
Yeah, Big or Fnatic, I mean, those are really safe dark horses, I'd say. But I also think if Astralis performed to the level that we hold these players to in this roster and this org to, I think they could totally take the whole thing. And that would be kind of reassuring for a team trying to build back in and find their identity.
It would be a confidence booster for sure. And maybe they could build off that going in some of the later competitions. Got Cologne coming up. Lisbon finals pretty soon after this event too, so a lot's coming up for the sides. Vinny on the stairway, couple of heads coming his way, does well to stay composed for one. Could have got overrun without anything, so Vinny very fortunate to have got away with one at least there. Rotation has to come down from Imperial, second player joining them now of FNX. But Fur is the player with the MP9 that looks to shred away Config, and he'll do exactly that.
It's still coming out to me, but we know one thing about the CT side. Those rotations are very quick, a little more fakery for Astralis. Might go a long way. Back up the vent to reunite with Blame. Zip isn't going to make this first contact. He's got to wait for Blame to get in position. Here's the danger, though. 20 seconds, Dinko. Blame has to get an immediate kill, but he's going to hit the scope up the vent. Fallen turns around, but the bomb's dropped in this round. It's done, folks. Blame might just have to save. Nice try, but that vent climb too early.
That's the thing about Bolts is on this team, you can always rely on him to at least get one in these sort of important positions. You leave him at the back of the side, you leave him at CT vent. He's so good at just getting away with one or more in those positions. And so it's such a reliable factor. You can actually rotate an extra player down. You see Fallen has more free will to be able to go down and try and rotate and get more info and cover off, because you can trust Bolts. He's so good at just staying alive and getting impact in tough positions.
One thing that was really solid for Imperial at the major was Inferno, obviously, as we talked about earlier, with the home maps, Astralis' first ban in this series, and it was actually the B-hold between Bolts and Fur that was sick, that no one could seemingly get through, like two classic players on a classic map, and they really performed.
I think that Bolts-Fur combo is really good, because you think of the problems Imperial had before, back in the days when they used to play Inferno. It was like Fur and Phelps, for example, and those two players are crazy aggressive, will push down Banana too much. They're kind of, Bolts and Fur are like the perfect combo. They equal balance, right? Yeah. So you've got the classic anchor style player of Bolts, and Fur has a little bit of spice to him. Fur playing some great Counter-Strike at the moment. Good opening kill for him. I'd say 6 rounds for Astralis isn't bad so far. They'd love a 7th, and I think they absolutely could get that 7th going into the second half. Imperial want to try and end this half 9-6. You don't want to let Astralis get on that CT side, because as we mentioned time and time again, right, this is where they do their best work. They've got one of the best CT players in the world on their side.
Yeah. I mean, Glaive was spamming smokes before the A1S meta.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep that in mind. Even more terrifying now.
So you want to try and get as many rounds in this first half as you possibly can if you're Imperial. And they actually are in a good position to try and get those 9. Because next round, Astralis is still going to be lacking a bit.
They're just not going to peek him. Straight up. Simple as that. Blame should try and get in a position to save, but...
If he does a lot of damage, though, look at the money right now for a couple of these Imperial players.
Oh, dear. They are on the roof, Dinko. They are behind. They are above. They are in front.
You don't want to go down after the time, Blame F.
Look up! He heard something. He knows. Oh!
Luckily dies before the time.
Was FNX playing with him?
Must be tracking him up until that last point. But yeah, look at the money here for Blem F. 3.3k in the bank. Lack utility is going to be on him. He's just going to have to go to the Galil instead. Not too much damage really done to Imperial though, so they're going to be feeling very good going into this round. As the opportunity for Astralis to try and get a 7th round in this one. If they don't, then it should be a 9-6 half for Imperial.
Alright, alright, alright.
That's great. I didn't realize I was casting with Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Tars. No smokes outside. First one comes down. Astralis want to fight their way out. They've not really had much resistance. Occasionally Fur and Garage or Fallen Orping Heaven, but neither of which in this round is FNX coming up from lower. No Molly, no HE. Astralis have to fight this. Again on the fly, Smoke's not telegraphing this play until it's already here, and FNX...
He's sticking around.
He took too long to make his mind up. Glaive gets through the Molly. He couldn't decide whether to stay or go. Well, he will go to the next round. Glaive has found 2 on the entry. And Astralis, you think that this is as good as done.
Well, he stayed. He knew there would be trouble.
Bomb has been planted.
And then came his way. Astralis now 7 rounds picked up. Blade out from the backside. Good night, Fallen.
Free AWP. Take that.
Yeah, absolutely take that. Bolts is not in a position to really do anything. If he saves here, actually, he could drop on over, get another player onto a buy. I think Fur is the one that's really lacking in that department. And I'll just save on to this one. Into the hands of Bolts. So 7 rounds T side already for Astralis. They have a chance to actually lead the half on the T side. That's a little worrying for Imperial.
Yeah, especially with just the CT side, as we've seen, not just in this game, in this tournament, but for Astralis alone. You've already been hyping up Glaive and the likes. And yeah, it's something to definitely be worried about if you're Imperial. No time to worry, though. Got to pick up your pieces and put together a couple more at the end of the half. 7 is damn good, though, even if that's all it is for Astralis. They're going to be laughing all the way into their CT side. Vinny, still got the power gaming glove on, the gauntlet, the sleeve. You got a gaming sleeve?
Yeah, I did get one of those, right?
Any good?
My problem is, they are good, but the problem is you have to remember to put it on every time, and I'm not doing that when I'm playing the home, am I? So
headset, mouse,
gaming sleeve.
Gaming sleeve.
Yeah, I feel like it's sick if you're a competitor. You know, you got official matches, but if you're just playing at home, you know, it's not something you're going to be able to sustain, right? It's just eventually it'll go into the cupboard and not come out. Maybe I'll put it on for like, you know, all those officials we play.
Yeah, all those officials. Yeah.
Oh.
Not
That's
bad.
chunky.
Of all players, though, at least it's your open. Glaive continues to be a nuisance, but he got blocked by Config, trying to run back, and Fallen somehow doubles up with a FAMAS. He's dead. Gets a little bit too hungry, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Breakfast is served, and a 2-on-2 on our plate.
Good patience there from Farley just to hold that, expecting the potential swing out towards Garage. But this play is sick from Vinny. He's pushed all the way through in towards lobby, and he spots out the bomb lying on the ground. So Vinny's just going to hold position. Knows that they have to walk into him if they decide to go to this A site. And Blamef is in the hut. Eventually, Farley is going to go down because he's got low HP. Easy pick. Now continues to try and track Blamef, who decides it's better to wrap around the doorway. Could catch the timing here. Vinny. Oh, MP9 beats out the AK.
That was
and Imperial take 8 at the half.
That was a good route for Blame. He knew he was being held, and that was a very uncomfortable
Big
angle
break.
in heart. Yeah, smart reposition, but somehow AK loses to MP9 at range, and Vinny, with a little aggro push, will close it out, and that's an impact round to win the half. A good half for Imperial, right? Astralis not going to be turning their nose up at 70 rounds on Nuke, but Imperial still, again, coming in as underdogs, like, and it's still unsure how heavy favourites Astralis are in their current form. But again, off of brand, off of name alone, you put them up there as favourites. And yeah, right now Imperial are level pegging with them. So split down the middle, pistol round, coming right up.
If we had to make a sports team out of an esports team, I think I would pick Astralis.
A sports team, yeah, for a bit of a handball.
Yeah, handball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great sport.
I mean, Heroic play a lot of football, I've heard.
They do.
They do their keepy up.
Out on the street,
yeah,
thousands of fans, anywhere they go, start to appear for their matches.
Nice flex.
Paula did rinse them out on what he considers real football because, you know, we all know Paula, insane football player.
Yeah.
He's a great player, actually.
Is he? I can't tell you.
Oh, he's an amazing football player.
No
Real talent.
sarcasm.
Real
Yeah,
talent.
Yeah. Fully honest, truthful. How do you play with a flashy keyboard? I find it distracting. I turn off the LEDs. I put them on one color. But
Sounds like you're just an old man.
Yeah, maybe I am.
No, that's no problem. I think people just look at the screen.
That's true. I get too distracted by the bright colors. I'm like a moth.
There's a lot of problems I see with FNX right now in terms of his setup. The monitor is so tilted.
Same.
You're tilted?
No.
He's got kind of leaning forward into the mouse mat. It's a peculiar setup. And Blame's monitor is so damn close to his face, he can almost smell it.
Oh, yeah. How does that screen taste?
Salty.
Why?
I don't know. Pistol round. Anyways, we move on.
Oh, yeah. God, Blame. Maybe lean in further, closer. Is this the pistol repeat? Is this the same as the first half? No one's dead, though. Bolts with a pick. Vinny gone. They're getting close, Farley. They're right below you, buddy. Oh, boy. Woo. Blame's eventually ridded of the garage, and Fur will fall after one more. Glaive even picks out a player outside. And now, somehow, some way, we're in a 1v3. So rather Glaive in the lobby. Fallen. Tapping.
Tapping now. Man now. Peace. No one giving him a shot.
Now.
Now.
He can reset lobby.
Oh!
Boom shakalaka is Farley with the photo coming in with a good
now.
And Config's here to play.
We got it sorted. There we go.
Well done, Dinko. All you.
Yeah, it was the monitor. That's how it got salty.
How sideways is your keyboard?
My keyboard? I'm a pretty straight on kind of guy. I like to not give myself a banjaxed wrist, so I just kind of leave it. Because people only did that because, you know, the issue of
no
on LAN, and I didn't really do that. So, you know, I've had plenty of space.
Next generation of gamers is going to have very straight keyboards.
There is a lot of, I feel like a lot of the players nowadays play like maxed out spread, max spread.
I mean,
going on.
you get a lot more desk space nowadays.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You even have the adjustable sizes.
Oh,
like,
the heights.
It's incredible.
People remembering how tall their desk is, that's crazy.
Real nerds. I mean, the person that's taking that to the extreme has to be a liege, bro. He plays at like a spirit level to make sure his monitor's at the same angle.
Hey, it works, man.
Yeah, used to. Well, Zipex, back box. Put a lot of pressure down onto the side of Imperial. A couple of kills out of that. That's not too bad.
Yeah, no one's safe today, Dinko. I like the energy you're coming in with today. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you, Hugo.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate that. I am going to get to cast Harry a little bit later on, too, so...
You're stealing him from me as well.
Yeah.
I'm not special, am I? Two guys at the same time? In the same day?
It was, yeah, well, it's not the same time, Hugo.
Okay, same day, then.
We have got an appointment a little bit later on, and then I even had Paul on the desk yesterday, so, you know what, I'm sampling everything.
Am I nothing to you?
You know, you're not nothing to me, but you're not everything.
At least you're honest. Full smokes. Out of spawn. Imperial. Do they run? Do they walk? The latter. Oh, they're creeping. Oh, they're going main. Very naughty.
Very naughty indeed.
Blame's
going to spike him. Perhaps.
They beat him.
Oh, he sees him. Blame F is going to
God.
spike him from behind. They couldn't actually figure out what the A1S was, and that's the advantage here with the sound cue. It's very difficult to track, and Blame F with another one. It is all toppling here as Vinny and Fallen left into the 2 versus 4.
Hey, you're calling Glaive one of the best CT players. But
Well, I call
remember, we
Blame
have
F
Blame.
the CT player. You call Glaive the best CT player.
Did you say?
No, I said Blame F all day long.
I heard Glaive for some reason. That makes a lot more sense. Blame, he's on for the ace right now.
Yeah, Glaive not
Glaive
one
is
of the
dead.
best CT players in the world now, but...
yeah, I was surprised when I heard that. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah,
new to me, but...
Yeah, Blame F.
Yeah.
4 kills now on the CT side.
Trust me, when Imperial are eco, Blame will be W mode outside.
He did that a few times yesterday.
Yeah.
We've seen
It's
that.
like overpass CT, Blame's like hiding toilets, playing A site, jump spotting dice, and then, oh, they're on Glocks. Oh, let me climb party, let me smoke fountain, let me take mid.
Yeah, that's exactly
Let
it.
me push
yeah.
long.
Just push.
Hey, he knows what he
smells it.
wants.
He
He knows-
smells it.
yeah.
He's got this like sixth sense to realize, damn, little Glocks out there. Vinny's coming out of HUD. Zipex will take out Vinny. So 4 for Blame F in this round, 1 for Zipex. Gonna throw on the scraps. 19 kills for Blame F now on the second half of play. And this is the problem I was mentioning, right? That's a buy round from Imperial, and you're going up against the CT side of Astralis. Those rounds will happen. You will just get absolutely destroyed by Blame F. I like the idea, though, from Imperial. It's cool.
Yeah, first round to wrap the smokes into main. I always like teams committing with the first layer of smokes in a half, just to
Set the precedent.
set the precedent. You know, make Astralis think, okay, when we throw these, we're going down. Obviously, there's still a level of expectation. We will fast through the door, through with a flash. Vinny finds config. The rest of his team drop down the vent, and Vinny is just selling this one right now. Can't get any more, but luckily Zip knows this is a B play. He doesn't, however, know about bolts firing off a bit too soon. 2 on the ramp side, coming in to collapse on FNX, who hits a headshot, but no more. And now it's just about mopping up rotations, but careful, boys. These ones are going to be a little late for Astralis down the vent. However, the bomb not for Imperial. They need to take space.
Oh, Fur looking to smack him up. But Fallen playing up in the rafters. Looks on down.
No.
Glaive commits immediately, and now we're down to just Blame F. Well, he's got to show that he has got the CT antics up his sleeve. Coming through the double doors. If he gets onto the back of the side with the time ticking too far gone, Blame F has got 1 pick, and on the way out the door looking for the follow-up on Fur.
Run!
Oh, he won't even get that. Damage has been done. It's softened up enough to die to the bomb, and even worse, Fur will survive. So everything goes the way of Imperial.
Yeah, that's a mess, right? Nice reposition, nice push back in on the rafters in the B site. Glaive, he just thought, oh, they're both ramp, I can stick, I'm fine. But a little late on that rotate for Astralis until they figured out both players are coming from ramp.
That is a tilter, though, a little bit
Yeah.
for Astralis.
Annoying round to lose.
Yeah, I mean, even we thought to a certain point, okay, you can concede the bomb plant, right? That's the goal there for Imperial. So just try and use that pace of the round to get onto the bomb plant. But when FNX gets that kill towards the back of the site, it wasn't really a coordinated retake approach from Astralis. Blame F was very late to get there to the site, so they couldn't really play back into the site itself. You know, Blame F, he is a calculated player. He will take his time. He is methodical and can sometimes run out of time to be impactful for the round win.
Yeah, it's well put, Dinko.
Thank you. Can't mess with Blame F. He messed me up.
Pick you up, throw you across the room.
Yeah, you know, we are here with him. So, yeah, that's a bit dangerous.
Well, right now, Astralis looking to bring in some danger of their own. However, he's on the MP9. No AWP. Luckily, neither for Imperial. Quick peek for Fur. Couple outside. Got a back garage player just covering the main cross, so Glaive can either back out or commit inside of Mini. Imperial, a late yard take yet again. Can't forget getting involved. He had the auto shotgun the other round. He'd rather a FAMAS in the hut.
Well, tentative for Imperial at the start of this round. They don't really want to walk into the layer of Blame F towards outside. Glaive is going to be playing here instead, though, and good damage. If Nate goes in,
back out.
he's a little too late on that, it feels like. Fur goes back in for a double dip, and just a little bit off the top. Look where Zipix is, though.
I mean, he's about to clear this whole thing. You throw smokes, they don't do anything. You've not only got a back garage player, but you've still got secret player. However, that's a lot of players dedicated to what is now a dead position. Imperial, if they disrespect this smoke, they have a lovely timing into a one-man hold on A, but they don't like what they see. Back to ramp into a double setup with the boost. They are about to get churned up.
35 seconds as well. You can't really be methodical here. You just have to move through quite quickly. MP9 is going to start to rattle away. They do consider the boost.
No.
They check it in. Blairmap luckily coming in to help out Glaive. Utility slowing down Imperial. And no expanse to the Brazilian Empire in this round. Fallen left into the 1 versus 4, having to save the AK.
Damn, I can't believe Glaive lets Farley take first contact there off the boost. Obviously has the worst weapon. It is in a spot that won't be checked, but yeah, it almost gets very messy with some whiff shots from Glaive. 1 for 1 for Farley, but then Blame runs the Molotov, and that's a nice ballsy play to just, yeah, take out another player of Imperial. Numbers drip dry. Fallen saves a gun. Trace getting hyped, and that's what we need for Astralis as they're starting to take control on the CT side. It was a very good T side, but also a close one. Astralis have only dropped 1 round this half, so looking more par for the course. And while Trace is bringing the noise, Peacemaker's bringing the ideas.
Speaking directly to Fallen.
A bit broke, aren't they?
Broken in half.
That Vinny door pop was really nice. The util wrecked Astralis with the door smoke that you throw most rounds, just to keep CTs guessing.
Interesting purchase here for the side of Imperial. AKs for Fallen and Fur, obviously one of them saved over, but we'll see how this works on out.
I can buy next, guys. Don't worry.
I think there's going to be, might be a little bit of a threat to this, because the pace round really worked for Imperial, so they haven't really slowed down even after that quicker round. Even in these outside plays, man, I feel like you've got to send them down with them at one point.
True, we've not seen anything really on lower for Imperial other than that one eco that they picked up down the vent. Zip, just escapes. Nice movement. The nade as well. Bonks Fallen, but he won't be able to finish a kill. Headshot as well. Still no kill. Zip has done so much damage. Coldly's trying to capitalize, so he will. 2, 3, and all of them headshots. Clean as can be for Config. Keeps Astralis in this one. You know, as far as getting 0 kills on the ramp, that's a good round for Zip. Vinny doesn't know, but Blame is wide, and I love that patience sitting out on the ramp side. It's Bolt, who should be a dead man. And Farley will make it so. 12-9.
Oh,
it's Astralis time.
I'll tell you a little update going on, because you have 2 simultaneous streams.
Hit me.
Which team do you think is winning on the other side?
Well, the fact that you're saying that makes me think it's Fnatic.
Yes.
No way.
On Nuke, they're winning 15-4.
Woo! Fnatic! The future
Forest
is orange.
Forest is 19-8 right now.
Dude, side him. It's so nice.
Crim's 18-7.
I had a feeling, but I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't.
You want to know why?
Why?
Forrest is a dad now, and it's early in the day.
Yeah.
He's got like superpower being up this early now.
It's in the genes.
All right, Big not having a great time there, getting smashed up. They have one around.
That's crazy. Bigger, great Nuke team. They've
12-3 half.
this event.
CT side for Fnatic.
Dude, CT is so broken, Dinko. It's so bad. It's so broken.
Just like Bolt's PC or something.
Yeah, classic. Do you think, right, here's my theory on, I wouldn't even say it's going to fix the game or like make CT balanced again, but it would solve one of the big problems we have right now in that, okay, Valve clearly don't want to let you, for whatever reason, buy the A1S and the A4 together. They want you to pick one for, again, whatever reason. Don't know.
So it can fit on the controller buy menu.
It seems silly. Just make a bind, like right-click it, boom, suddenly you can buy whatever you want or whatever. Have 2 guns. I don't know. Anyway, my point was, what if you swap the prices for the A4 and A1S? I feel like you'd see a true 50-50 balance because the A4 is actually still sick, but not only is the A1S better in some ways, but it's cheaper. I feel like if you make the A4 29 and the A1S 31...
Just put the bullets back down to 20.
That could also do, but I'm thinking without even changing the guns, like that would balance the usage of the weapon.
I think what you do is reduce the ammo back down to 20, and you reduce the reserve ammo. Because the problem with it right now is you can just spam.
How many? You get 4 mags though, right? With A1S, I'm pretty sure. So
yeah,
I don't think that's. You know, I don't want less than 4 mags. I think
it used to be that. They increased the overall ammo capacity of it all. and give you more bullets in total. I don't because they also increased the damage recently too, right? So like, I feel like with the amount of damage you get just from random spams, it's so good, and you can't really trade back through the smoke. So if you reduce the amount of spams, I think that could be a good change as well.
Of course. I mean, there are ways. The way I'm looking at it is, instead of nerfing the gun, which of course would probably make the most sense, you know, Valve make me wonder, what do they want? Like,
what do they really want?
Like they like,
want your money.
True, but on these updates, and I'll give it to them every day. I'll buy your passes. I'll get gold coins all day. I feel like when they balance stuff, they're just 3 months too late. Like, they take too long to nerf broken guns.
Yeah,
like the Krieg
but it
meta.
leaves us with like a fun overpowered meta.
Yeah, it's cool. We
have
have an overpowered meta, and then it's the next overpowered meta. And then, you know what the next meta is? This is secret. No one.
Joe Brothers.
Nope, we're already there. Don't tell anyone. But soon, pros are going to figure out how to use the Negev. $1,700. You telling me there's no usage? I don't believe you.
Especially because after like the first 4 bullets, it's a laser beam.
Dude, that gun is sick. And here's the thing. I mean, obviously it's different in pro play, but you use it in pugs, which, you know, do it in your own right. People hear it firing and they go, that won't kill me. And then they peek it.
Yeah.
People are way too overconfident against that gun.
It melts you as well.
It melts
you.
So
the best position I can think of right now, 2 of them. Banana, obviously.
Yes.
On CT side, just hold down at +1 through the smokes.
It's not as easy to peek it as you think.
Yeah, and then also...
Ancient?
Ancient's a good one, but I think Nuke, Heaven player on CT side, cross smokes come up, you have those players that try and run down secret. If you're just suppressing fire, the smokes, you can't really just...
Maybe not Heaven, but I like the idea, yeah.
You spam down through the cross smokes. You just, you're gonna, if you don't get a kill, you'll do damage, make him a little bit easier, and people will slow down because they don't want to walk into hellfire just spamming down on you. So
dude, I just think there's so many cheesy ways you can use it on a map like Ancient. You can go top mid CT and, like, you know, you already throw your double molly double nade combo, but if you don't do that, if you maybe just throw molly nade and other guy has a Negev and he just sprays, T's are going to get churned. Like, there's nothing you can do. You don't need to be able to see. What if you... Here's one. Think about all the wall bangs on that map and how crazy planting is. What if you did a lineup, so you plant in B, and then you go back pocket in lane, and you spam the wood to stop a defuse? I've done that in pugs. I mean, again, very different. But I think the fact that we have never seen it in pro play is crazy to me. But it's also not crazy because CS is full of diehards who use the AK
don't
forever.
They have a? I think players might have a gentleman's agreement not to buy it.
They could, but this isn't Call of Duty. Screw gentlemen's agreements, unless it's bugs, in which case, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like players just have a way that they think the game should be played, though.
Yeah, but
screw that.
I like winning. So,
yeah, okay.
You know, whatever you can do to win. That's a 100 quote. Quick outside for Astralis. Getting up close is Blame. They're not eco. He's just very audacious. It's an outside setup with Farley on the silo from Garage. Imperial taking their time, but they will be setting their sights in the yard eventually. Jumping and spotting, but not seeing Blame.
Seeing that position, that little boost over Garage used a lot more these days.
Definitely. So dangerous. You don't get the insta-kill, you are trapped. He's trying to bait for Blame, but... Oh, that's the tastiest gap of the day. But also, it's going to confirm that no one is pushing these smokes. And you can see Blame just tells his team, guys, get out. They're going ramp.
How many times are you going to try and run a fake outside?
Yeah, without
not
actually...
anybody with them. It's just so easy for Astralis to adjust to that. Like immediately coming back to hold off the ramp play. Another one picked up. Does a lot of work from that one position. Brings the numbers down to 2 for Imperial. Still a very winnable round here for Imperial in the 2 versus 3, and they're going to run down into the B side. There is a pretty quick rotation of config towards the control room. He's going to hold for the cross-on by through the window. The glass isn't broken, so they're going to smoke it off. And he can't really do much about that. If the glass is broken, he can play through it. And now he starts to spam it. Gives away his position, trying to delay as the decon door is open as well. Imperial can't feel too comfortable here.
Yeah. And the longer that goes on, the more position Astralis gets. 20 seconds.
Yeah,
you want to plant, but nowhere safe. You need kills.
You can't win around now.
Config's got it.
Yeah. Fur's going to do his best to try and pull some kills this way, but he's dead to rights. 13 rounds for Astralis, 3 away from taking victory on map 1 of the series, heading their way to the playoff stage in the upper bracket. So looking forward to seeing that. We'll see if they can close this one. And for the side of Imperial, this T side has left a lot of questions, I think, so far.
Yeah, no answers. Yeah, I just do something with the smokes, please. Because, again, they don't even know that Astralis continue to get the information that, yeah, no one's even pushing. It was Zip in secret earlier. Now it's Blame up close outside. Imperial don't know. They're wondering, God, why are they stacked everywhere we go?
There's something about Brazilian teams not actually playing outside. You know, Fury have never run the outside exec.
Yeah.
A lot of inner hits, but Blame F picked through the smoke. Finally, a commitment towards the outside smokes. Unfortunately for Imperial, it's done in a round where they don't really have weapons to compete. Blame F just pulling out the pistol, and we'll close it with a headshot on Fallen. It's now just Bolts and Fur who try their best down to the lower side. That's an important kill to find, because now actually sets up the opportunity for a plant. And Bolts' kill in the vent has now upgraded his weapon into the M4A1S. So suddenly there is a chance to win this round for Imperial. And another pistol round? Surely not.
Fur still got a chance in the clutch. This is 2-on-4 turned 1-on-2 for Fur. Plant for him. Both players on the other side and no smoke. Molly going to clear dark, but Astralis don't know where Fur sits. And if he wraps, he's going to lose time. He has to go back to double door. He hears them very close. He can try and isolate these fights. Quick tap. Fur's going to check it in a second. Stalled it to the last possible chance, and he clears it. There's no time. Fur's won this round. 1v2 picked up. 2v4 locked out, and Imperial find their second T-side round on an eco.
And they went outside, Hugo. They've been doing everything we wanted them to do. Yeah, they did it. They got shredded by Blame F, but Bolts and Fur pulling off an incredible round. Fur continuing his performance here today. 21 kills now added to his tally.
Love it. That's
a cash injection. You win the round, you get the bomb plant, you get 4 kills on Fur. You get your AK out now. You got a solid buy here for Imperial. And look at Astralis. They're starting to see weakness come through. If they lose this round, they're going to be down to a weaker buy. And Imperial right back in the game again.
Oh, it's so close. It's so on a knife's edge here.
Once again, no one outside.
What do Imperial want to do? Farley's coming lower. I like this. Going to take his quick peek yard. So even if, again, these smokes come out, he'll have full dominion. Oh, the fade favors Vinny with a headshot. Now he can put the pressure on. Only one guy on A. Heaven player of Blame has come in to help out. Util's going to stop the rush for Imperial, but Astralis aren't giving any way back in. They think, let's take outside, and that molly is perfect. Pushes Farley back, gives Imperial the room to either cross with the smokes or fake out and go garage. Maybe they'll try and split this A site after Vinny picked top. Fur's going to look for a gap right beside Blame, although he doesn't know. Glaive is dead in lobby. It's falling apart. That might save it. Blame could be the hero that Astralis need.
He knows Fur's here as well. He's tracked him, but Fur will beat him out. And a kill comes through for Imperial. They've got double the player count of Astralis right now.
Oh!
Fur is just on one right now. He is bloodthirsty. Zipex only has a scout. I don't know how, but he's swinging on 9 HP and still winning that fight. That is fantastic from Fur.
Yeah.
Is that back-to-back 4Ks?
Yes.
Wow.
Clutch rounds.
He's close to 30 kills now, Fur.
God, I saw this yesterday. It was Cello from MIBR who had 30 kills and like 10 deaths.
He was doing everything.
And he lost.
Yeah. And no one else really showed up for MIBR.
No.
Cello had every single opening for them in the first half of that game too.
All right, they broke the money, Dinko. You prophesized this. You said it could happen after that clutch round for Imperial. Back-to-back calls and coming back in now with more smokes.
Oh my god.
And now Astralis, hey, they don't have the info. It's one guy. That's all you need.
9
Something to
kills
sell.
in 3 rounds so far.
He's pretty good.
He's having a great time. Fur is taking over.
Round's over. This was 1 round away from just being GG and a stomp. Astralis got that 14th 3 rounds ago.
They didn't drop 2 rounds to lower buys. That's what's happened here to Astralis. 2 CT rounds they've lost to pistol upgrades.
That is awkward, isn't it?
It's got Imperial right back in this one. Imperial take map 1 of this series. All right. It could be on for the 2-0 for Imperial.
Just farming, stat padding, hunting. You name it. First got it. Give him another 4K. Give him 3 in a row. Don't steal these kills. First knife out. Vinny will tap him. Well, that will still do. 11 kills in 3 rounds for Fur. No complaints.
3 away from 30 bomb over on Fur's side of things. Astralis ahead of this round. Really need to focus up. They drop the ball here. They're going to be in a tough position for the rest of this series because Nuke could easily go Imperial's way, and then we're down a Mirage, and we'd have to give them a shot to take this. So important round here for Astralis, no AWP, and an XM shotgun in the hands of Config.
Yeah. Saw this earlier, didn't get to fire a shot. It wasn't played. Config going to go back to the hut. Arguably better than the FAMAS here, I mean, kind of unarguably. And if someone makes a mistake of peeking him, he gets an upgrade. But Glaive again,
wow.
it's Vinny rather, excuse me, picking on that top site, and he gets right down the vent. No one even knows. He's in the B site, and there's not a single rotation.
Config, see if he can get a kill back in that hut play. Smokes go down, and no one yet to get the kill back for Astralis.
I like this silent weapon drop there from Config.
Very cool. Config's going to go back in with a better gun now. Into the midst of the smoke at Squeaky, Fallen and Bolts on the other side of it. Bolts fixated upon the position that Config could possibly walk into, but here comes Fallen, spamming down, reads it, reads the possible face upon the smoke, and Config shredded. Astralis down to 3 players. The chances, Vinny has already got down towards the lower side. Zipix is tracking him, but Vinny starts to consider and takes the kill. Oh, this is all falling apart for Astralis, not even competing in these rounds.
Something's changed, something's happened. That 1 eco win and Imperial have just bounced off the back of it. 2 CTs left up, surely no way in with no kit in this round. There's one on the top side too far away. Fur will get picked, but Blame's already saving. Farley's just here to try and get exits, be a bit of a nuisance on the way out, but he can't even sneakily defuse the bomb. Blame, second kill, but again, this matters not. Imperial, they can hunt, they've got the money, they also don't need to. They know Astralis are on the rocks right now, shipwrecked. Oh, the timing. We've all been there. And Farley, he will live in this position. But it's Imperial who are living large. 13 rounds now from what was essentially 1 round T-side, and Astralis putting together 6. They were stomping, but this game has flipped. Are we really eyeing up an Imperial 1-0 lead on Astralis' map pick?
It could be. It looks like it right now. I think Imperial have full control of this game. Astralis yet to find answers. Glaive will start to sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
They've got to figure it out pretty quickly. I thought when they got over to the CT side after such a strong first half here on Nuke that really wouldn't be a competition. And given the start they had on the CT side, it was very much looking like that.
I'd love to see Tracer getting them hyped. That's cool. I'd love to see another outside take with Astralis having multiple players there. I also don't want to see anyone sitting in the door smoke, please, because that's back-to-back rounds that Vinny has found 5-on-4s from the door smoke. Astralis needs to stay away from that position, get on the hut roof. It has been mollied by Imperial, but just anywhere safer than close door, close vent. And yeah, Astralis don't have the weaponry really to do much. Couple of nades, couple of bits and bobs. Nades going outside for Blame. It's lovely damage. And he's even got, again, the support. Nice setup. Farley on top. He's got to look up. Double kill. Oh, the silo player trace, but they don't even know about Blame.
That's the problem, right? Blame is still in such a powerful position. Bolts doesn't consider it. Blame takes him out. And Astralis on the weaker guns are pulling off a fantastic start, and the round's surely done now. Vinny left in a 1v4. So much time left. That was a very quick commitment behind the smokes from Imperial. Didn't really take any time figuring out the setup, didn't take any time figuring out what buy they're up against, and that's exactly what Astralis wanted. They had the perfect setup to deal with that kind of maneuver. Oh! Blair's going to be mad about that one.
Clean.
Nice
Vinny,
shot.
he's had a couple of taps this game.
He has a chance again for another one. They're doubled up, though. You've got Glaive in towards the secret stairs, Config taking up close position at red. Vinny climbs over the top.
Oh, he's been baited by Glaive.
Oh, he Hasn't seen anything upon Config. He actually sees a bit of him now. He can separate them into the fights. Remember the flank coming around the backside right now from Zipix, and Vinny nearly turns for that. A couple of chances there for Vinny to pull it all off.
Very big save for Zip. That is, he knows exactly how to isolate those fights there, try and force bait peeks out of Astralis. If Zip doesn't win that, there's a chance Vinny kills both outside players right there. There's a world. There's a way.
But that's fantastic for Astralis to pick up that round.
Yeah.
One they probably really shouldn't have won to begin with, but they found it anyway. AK-47's AWP still there for Imperial. Money is still fantastic for the Brazilians.
Yeah, I haven't seen much from Fall in this game. It didn't seem to matter in the T side, right? In the CT side, rather. He was playing the rotate role. His team were kind of mopping up rounds on top side without him. 1-for-1 was fine for the AWP, but T side, we need an opener. Need something from Fallen to come onto the scoreboard, especially when you're having these kind of games out of Fur. It can't all be for nothing. Then you're getting smoked at the door. Has to respect it. It's a deep one. Doesn't want to get spammed. Back to smokes again, but look who's here. You saying Astralis have the info that these smokes are fakes? Surely not. Fur is at least behind main to come in on this late lurk. If Zip stops considering this and either rotates down or tries to reposition out upper, Fur could catch a timing. He can't go too early though. He's the sole player in this position. It's all on Fur in this round. The linchpin as his team set up for an A split. Zip gets curious and Fur hits the timing on the head.
Ridiculous. Imperial have the advantage. Glaive tries to pull it back, but it's Blamaf up in the rafters that rains down hell upon the players below him. Config with another headshot. Blamaf big sound, and Fallen reacts quick enough to take him out, so that kill is given away. And Astralis now back into the 2v2 of 25 seconds left. They have to get the bomb back. They have to put it down. And Config, I don't know if they're going to be ready for this. This quick reposition as he takes the HUC control. The time is starting to become very limited, and Config is in such a powerful position. Headshot onto Fur. Bomb rolls to his feet. Fallen has to get the shot. He has to start planting now. He goes for the fake. Oh, not again. They just fake it out. The peak doesn't come through. And that's a tough one to swallow for Fallen.
Oh, what a play, what a try, what a round for Fallen. But it's almost karma, right? It's exactly what let Config down in the first half. The same position where he faked the bomb with 4 seconds when he could have planted and no one bites. Farley does not make that mistake, and Fallen left looking silly, but I admire it. You know, there's no right or wrong call there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That one hurts. Really nice try by Fallen.
Now it's got to be overtime if Imperial want to win this map.
Yeah.
Blimf is now confidently making his way through those smokes, gathers all the info. He's trying to barrel back in time, but Imperial made the call to go quickly. Although Glaive is holding and doing good damage, finally forced away from the round. But look at that. Look how quick Zipix is back. And from the rafters, Fur is gone, and Imperial, the sting out of their play.
It looked like Imperial got stuck there in that mid-round, right? They tried to back out. 2 players left as Fur ran in, right? Maybe they're just letting him off the leash, but the bomb is in the middle of the A site, and Imperial hung him out to dry. He doesn't even look up. So again, Astralis, they won this before. They have the bomb in a 2-on-2. The only difference is Imperial have all the room in the world, all the time to go wherever they please. And Farley's in a very precarious position. If they wrap many, he can't stop them.
They come up Heaven on the wraparound. Can't really stop him there either. Fallen wanted to potentially go through the hell window, but it's not broken. Oh no! Farley in such an awkward position, and information given over to Fallen. He'll spam him down. Farley gone through the wall, and now it's just Zipex. He realizes he has the potential to win this round because he has the bomb right in front of him. Zipex, the clutch, no stranger to the situation. Here's them coming from Heaven. They drop down silent. With the surf, and now Zipex caught in an awkward spot. He throws the molly down, they're putting pressure on towards it, but the smoke has gone forward, so Zipex can't really fend off. The bomb regathering. They're actually going to pick it up and draw it back. Pacific's in a position. They start to spam him. Good bullets. Drop down from Fallen. 14 rounds for Imperial, and still a shot to pull this all the way back to overtime.
What a scary game we're getting right now. I can't believe Farley sees Fallen right below him, and then he gets peeked by the main player. That was worst case scenario. Zip tried his best. For some reason, seemingly not aware that they dropped out of heaven. He wouldn't have heard them, but he was staring at heaven with 15 seconds. They had to be somewhere. And yeah, both players peeking him on the bomb site. Good cover for Fallen, for the plant. Zip could have even caught that player crossing back into the bomb site. These are scary rounds right now. No one is safe at the moment. And this is it. This is what the last hour has led to. One round between these two rosters. Overtime, or Astralis will take their map pick and run forward into Mirage. But Imperial, they've pulled a monster comeback here in the second half.
Oh, it could be the bonus rounds required.
And look at the buy. This is not what you want at 15-14. This is overtime with its name on the board, unless Astralis do something despicable. But we've had eco wins for either team in this map.
I've had many rounds picked out that potentially shouldn't have been lost. For Imperial, they do not want this round to be one of those. Set up on towards T-roof. On the roof.
On the roof. Fallen takes 14 damage off of falling off of roof. We'll see if that matters. And I say it could, because it was Refresh who won his clutch on the B-bomb side of Inferno after taking 13 damage from Fallen's orb. And he lived with red health. Every little detail, every bit counts. Farley, this one has to count.
He's got the dig. And he's spotted without really doing much here, and he is going to be taken out. So first kill goes Imperial's way. Overtime looking to be served on up. Glaive diving down the vent to try and patch the hole that may be open here. Fallen trying to draw the fight, and you get tapped like it's an AK. Glaive right away to the headshot up on the MP9, and Zipex has found the other kill. BlameF makes his way through lobby. They need kills back here, Imperial. 20 seconds left. BlameF's behind him.
Does he clear it? He has to. He needs to. He will. 3 on 2. They're running amok. They're in the bomb site. Bomb getting planted. Heaven smoke to set them up for the retake. It's Zip up in top. Blame resetting in lobby. Just his presence alone is causing paranoia for Bolts, and he turns back around. Blame will win the round and win the game for Astralis. 16-14. They do it with nothing but one rifle, one A1S, and it's Blame giving us the goods. You call him one of the best CT players in the game right now. He again shows us what he can do in those high pressure moments.
Yeah, just breaking 30 barrier, no problem there. BlameF again, just finding so much impact, so disruptive towards outside. A real nuisance for